All right. So the first question I got from you guys is coming from Amanda. She's a lot of people that are sitting on the fence that continue to follow up because they continue to say they're interested. What are some good ways to keep reinforcing my reasons they could benefit from joining a challenge group or purchasing Shakeology? I've given them, this is amazing because insert story. I have over 20 combos going. You'd think I might be able to at least get one, pull the trigger, but maybe my follow-up approach isn't correct. Okay, so a lot of times what I do, if I'm getting a lot of objections on one particular area, that is what I'm going to be posting about on social media. If I get objections about, Shakeology, I will post about Shakeology and all the health benefits of Shakeology. I'll post about the convenience of the Shakeology. If it's a coach and they're talking about time, I'll post about, being able to like schedule your time. If it's price, I always feel like breaking down the price really helps. I don't know if you, Amanda, have checked out the Royal Republic script at all. It is up in the team site. And literally, I break down the price of the challenge pack for everyone. So if they say that it's $160, I will tell them, 130 of it is going to be your shake. Basically, as a coach, that's $375 a day. For you, it is, $427 a day. It's a heck of a lot cheaper than going to Subway or Burger King or any of those things. So breaking it down, that really helps as well right away when I'm talking to somebody. Look at the Royal Republic script, though. That's basically what I use for almost every single one of my conversations. I kind of go between that and like the Mother's Day script, just depending on how much more information they need. But I script it all because I'm going to be hiring an assistant to start really helping me with my work because I've been like totally overworked the last 2 weeks. And I thought that I could get a hold on stuff. And it's just the fact that my business has gotten so big and there's so many new coaches that I can't. And so I did the scripts like that so that I can give them to an assistant for my challenge groups. So that's how confident I am in the script part of things. So if you're not already part of the Royal Republic training site, get logged into that and then check out the scripts. Okay? That should really help. All right, my phone just went dead. Hold on. Alrighty, so what's the best way to help people understand the benefits of Shakeology? I explain it's not a protein or a weight loss shake, but then people say I like to eat my food, not drink it, or that it's just an expensive vitamin, or I can't stand the taste. It seems no matter how many great answers I have to the responses, mostly from your notes you gave us, some people just don't get it. Okay, so let me quick minimize you guys because I am going to pull up for this, the notes that I'm doing, and this is a secret for the summit presentation because I'm doing it on Shakeology. And I've been working with Darren Aline, the creator of Shakeology. And so I think that this will really help you guys. I was actually going to do a whole call on this, but I don't know. I thought maybe you guys wouldn't jump on if it was just a Shakeology call. So so I didn't do one just on Shakeology. But let me pull up our training, and I'm going to tell you exactly what he says. And then we actually have probing questions. So a lot of times, just like we ask people to join our challenge groups, and then we ask them, what kind of fitness has worked well for you before? How is your nutrition? Do you have any physical disabilities? Any kind of impairments? Can you do high impact aerobics? Anything like that? That's exactly the kind of stuff that you're going to want to ask for about Shakeology. All right, you want to do a call on Shakeology? All right, we'll do one. So hang on. Whoa, no. It's not going to minimize. Hold on, guys. Let me just go up here, and I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to tell you exactly what this is. So this will be the best way because this is what our presentation is going to be on. And this will really help you guys. Okay, Shakeology. Let me pull up our script here we're working on. Give me a minute. So this has been really, really intriguing to me as well because I will be totally honest with you. I did not know how to talk about Shakeology either. And I was really nervous when I got chose to speak on this particular topic because I think it's incredible and I can share it from my own experience, but that's pretty much where that ended for me. And I think that because it is a very unique product, I think a lot of people choose not to learn about it, which really it's our flagship product. So, it's really connected to absolutely everything. So the more that we can learn about it, the better your business is going to be. Okay. So Darren O'Lane, he created Shakeology because it was missing in our diets. This is why he was creating it. He calls it the missing link. So we are nutritionally deprived eating the standard American diet. We are the first people that are overweight and nutritionally starved. We lack nutrient-dense foods, therefore we lack nutrients. We are chronically affected by our poor nutrition with chronic diseases. We lack superfoods that are nutritionally packed and functionally optimal for the body. To deliver the greatest superfoods in the world so we can combat nutrition-deprived bodies, food supply, stress, excess weight gain, etc. So because of that, he says Shakeology is the answer. And the reason why is because it's not only delivering some of the greatest nutrient foods in the world, it's a well-rounded, truly health shake with adaptogens, enzymes, phytonutrients, antioxidants, EFAs, diverse proteins, and many other hundreds of thousands beneficial compounds from whole food ingredients. It's designed for optimum health. It's not a quick fix or a fad. It gets us back to using these traditional plants that have been used for thousands of years, and it's providing truly quality assurance and research-proven ingredients by our own teams, which Shakeology is not. It's not a protein shake. It's no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. There's no soy, no high fructose corn syrup, no pesticides or herbicides. And then let me go down here, guys, to the questions and what we were thinking as far as the team that's going to be creating this, how you guys can really get to the bottom of asking people more about Shakeology. So this is really about setting the value up front. So if you guys want to grab a pen and a paper for this, here are the questions, and I can copy this as well and put it into our team page. Just pretend you didn't see it though, okay? So what questions should you get? What do you struggle with? What are you trying to achieve? Are you interested more in health benefits or weight loss, or a little bit of both? I think that's really important, first of all, because second, I don't think a lot of people understand that it's really a health shake. You don't drink it for the weight loss. Weight loss is just a side effect of getting all the nutrients that you need. So therefore you have more energy, and also you don't have the cravings. A lot of times you're going to get responses like, I struggle with my weight, I struggle with late afternoon cravings, I struggle with digestive issues, I don't eat well at all, I have no time to cook, I reach for convenient foods, I don't get colds, I get sick often, I have cholesterol, and I have low energy. And all of those things right there all link back to why you would want to drink Shakeology. One of the things that I thought was really interesting is we were talking about the diet cycle. And with the diet cycle, traditionally somebody starts their diet, and because of this, they restrict their calories, and within 10 to 14 days, they become nutrient deficient. And then what happens is they give in, they get frustrated, and then they have the guilt. So diets, because of this reasoning of people failing, this is why there's that vicious diet cycle and why you have yo-yo dieting. And I was a chronic yo-yo dieter, so I can relate to this so well. He also adds in case you guys are some of those people that, hear that they eat whole foods, they'd rather get their foods from nutrients. So diet plans using whole foods alone would be on average deficient by 56%. Even people who eat 5 daily servings of fruits and vegetables may not get enough of certain vitamins for optimum health. Micronutrient deficiency has been shown to cause 80.8% in the likelihood of becoming overweight and obese, and scientifically linked to diseases like cancer, cardiovascular disease, and osteoporosis. So these are all reasons why people want to drink Shakeology, obviously. And I can't see you guys. Where'd you go? I will post this in the team page. You guys just can't let them know that we have it, or I'm going to get in trouble. But I think that this will really help you guys, and then I can outline a presentation for it as well. And I don't know why I can't see you guys. There you are. And I was one of those people too. Like, I was somebody that, drank it because I was told that I have to when I first got it. I was told that I had to have it on Shakeology Home Direct. And the more that you learn about Shakeology, it's kind of like peeling back like an onion. They're so complex about how Shakeology works, and really all of the nutrients are better sum in all of their parts. And there really truly is no other shake available on the market like it. So no matter what anybody tells you that they want another shake that is comparable, there really is no other shake around, because nothing has the superfoods like Shakeology has. So if you look at that and you look at what the ingredient list is, and compare it to any other shake on the market, there's nothing that is comparable. So, and I'll copy this, but that should really help if you're digging in and really ask the nutritional benefits first, and ask them about, sorry, my phone's going off, and ask them more and dig in more to their training, into their nutrition versus, just, that you drink it for whatever reason and you're giving in your why, but actually start to get a little bit more scientific with it. And you don't have to learn every single superfood in Shakeology to understand what exactly that it does. Does that help you guys? Okay. And I'll copy that. I'll put that file in there so you guys have it. Okay. So you guys can refer back to it. And then what I'm going to do with that file too, once everything is like, I should be done with the presentation, getting it ready by next week. So once that is ready, we're going to have like that list of questions, and I'm going to create a script out of it, just like I've created other scripts. So if you're talking to somebody just about Shakeology, you can go on our team training site and just go write down information about Shakeology and asking those questions so you can really get to, why they would want to drink it. Let me see. I saw some questions pop up. Curious, where is the shake actually made? He actually collects all the ingredients from around the world, Jennifer. He calls himself the superfood hunter. He wrote a book, which I think many of you guys probably got it if you guys hit Success Club a couple months ago. And it's incredible. He talks about, it's something to a super life, but it's by Darren O'Lean. And it talks about nutrition. It talks about water. It talks about the air you breathe. It talks about physical fitness, and all the different components of it. But there you go. It's a fabulous book. I read it on the plane. It's so, isn't it good?
I love it. I'm only on like the second chapter, but I'm telling you, if you buy any book, this is it. Because not only is it motivating, but it's educational. Truly, it's awesome. And I got it for free.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, what I like about it too is it just shows you how knowledgeable he is, and it's like after you read the book and then you learn more about Shakeology, just puts like the two hand in hand. And I just feel so much more comfortable knowing all the information that he knows about just health in general, So yeah, it's really good. I think I got it like last month, guys. So, shoot me a message if you didn't get yours, and I will bring that up on my call tomorrow with Jeremy. Okay? Shoot me a message. All right, next question, because I don't want to have to go back the other way. Hold on. Okay. And you guys can ask questions as we go here, too, because, oops, my thing. Oh, clicking on Christy. Give me a second. My phone's on the fritz. I don't know why. Okay. Let's see here. You guys are all asking like questions around this. Alrighty. Okay. Is somebody interested in being a coach, but there's no restrict with the workout plan? Do you think she would not succeed as a coach if she can't fully recommend all the products? What is a good response to her? Ashley, I would have to say, like, what kind of shake is she thinking about? And I think I just answered that question. But the reason why it's so expensive is because of the way that it's collected, and then the way that each ingredient is dried out at a specific temperature, so that the whole food integrity of the product is maintained. And they're actually in the process right now of creating a video to show and demonstrate to the coaches how it's all made, so that you guys understand the process more behind how Shakeology is made and about each of the ingredients as well. So you guys can explain it a little bit better. But I know that if you were to compare really anything to Shakeology, yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but not when you think about the whole foods that are in the product. And if you bought each one of those separately, how expensive Shakeology would really be. All right, Zoe. She wants specifics about growing like page and strategizing to maximize boosting dollars. Okay, so I actually just did a call on this for another team last week, so this is kind of like fresh in my brain. So for growing like page, so it's going to depend first of all of where are your numbers at on your like page. If you're a new coach and you really want to try to get engagement, number one, videos. Videos right now on Facebook, regular Facebook and on your like page are seeing a ton of engagement. So the more videos that you can post, the more people that are gonna see your page. And you can track that on your like page as well, being able to see the amount of people by going into the insights of that page. You can tell that videos are being seen a lot more. Typically for videos, you want to keep them around 30 seconds if possible. So anything like more than that lose people's interest. So 30 seconds is what you want to try to aim for. And then after you do a video, because of the engagement being up, also that's when you would want to post either something that's really intriguing, so like a really good tip that you have, or something about a coach, like apprenticeship group, or also a challenge group. So just like on Facebook, how you do traffic-driven posts, you know how you guys ask like, which pair of tennis shoes do you like better? Or do you like this without the belt or with the belt? That really boosts your infinity on Facebook. That's what a video is going to do for you as well. Right now, you guys know that stuff like that changes, okay? As far as boosting dollars, so I would, and this is what I did when I was a newer coach and I was trying to grow my page, I would actually boost my page for likes. So boost your page for likes versus boosting the post. Then while your page is boosted for likes, so say you do it, $5 on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, okay? Your post, like your coaching post or your challenge group post, pin that to the top of your page. You can pin it just like you guys can pin in a challenge group. So pin that to the top of your page. So when all these new eyes are coming and deciding if they're going to like your page or not, that's the first post that they're going to see. So that'll get more eyes on your challenge group posts, okay? Once you have a substantial amount of people that have liked your page, then I always go into target audience. And you can save different target audiences for different things. I have them, if I'm going to do like a bikini group, it's different than if I'm going to do a coaching group, than different if I'm going to do a mom's group. So for example, for a mom's group, you don't want to just put like mothers or fitness. You want to get really, really specific. So a lot of times I'll put like breastfeeding, I'll put postpartum, I'll put babies are us. I will put like a stroller that you particularly like. Anything that's very, very specific. So you have to, and this is where knowing your target market is so important. You have to get almost inside the head of the people that you're targeting. Where do they shop? What do they do? Where are they looking for things? Amazon Mom is a good one to put in there as well. Le Leche League is a really good one, especially for, moms that are postpartum. I'll put in there like toddler moms. There's a Crunchy Mom international organization that I'll put in there as well. Now for nurses, because I particularly have a lot of nurses, as you guys know, on my team, and I target nurses for our team. I will put registered nurse, but that's probably as broad as I get. Then I'm putting like American Nursing Association. I'm putting Journal of America, American Medical Association. Any kind of things that you would put in there that are very specific to nurses that only nurses would really be looking at, so that you don't get a lot of the spam that comes along with that. So really specific things, like the organizations that only nurses know and only nurses really belong to. Those are the kinds of things that I put in there for that. And then I boost to those people that are only in the United States and only in Canada. And then I do a specific age group as well. So for myself, I do pretty much like 25 to 45. You can get more specific in that area if you want to. But being as targeted as you can is really what you want to go for. If you're not a nurse and you really want to just attract other people like yourself, think about what it is that you enjoy. You know, do you like to shop at Nordstrom's? So you could put like Nordstrom's. Maybe you like anthropology. Maybe you're into redoing your house and you want to put like restoration hardware. Whatever it is that you're really into. So think about when you shop online, like where are you shopping? Where are you clicking? For myself, like those are the ones that I typically will put down when I'm just trying to find like people like myself. I'll also put in there like different music that I like to listen to. And that's how you really create a culture of individuals that you just absolutely love and want to work with because they're a lot like you. Does that make sense? So very, very targeted, specific when you're doing those boosts. So in Shailene Johnson's Impact Academy, she really suggests that you make ads, and then if a post is going really well, you boost that post. So I have not been doing that. If I just want to see people like my post being boosted, I just boost the particular post, and I don't have any problems with it. I think that it comes down sometimes in the language and what it is that you're saying, you know. Make sure that your front thing, you've got like some kind of tag that like jumps out, like stop the scroll, or like, you know, huge opportunity, or like something like at the top that's going to be grabbing somebody's attention. And then as you write your post, try to add as many spaces like in between, because spaces are shown to, even though it could be a really long post, if you're adding spaces in between, the brain doesn't think that it's that long, and they'll actually read it rather than just stopping. So those are just some little bit of tricks on that too. And then also just making sure that your post is engaging, you know, that your picture is really engaging. So if you don't know how to make engaging pictures or engaging posts, there's a training that I put up in the team site that my friend Andrea did, and it explains like how you make engaging pictures. Your pictures on social media are so important. It always has to be quality over quantity when it comes to your pictures. They're bright, they're not grainy. I would choose one particular filter so that if somebody sees it, they're gonna go, oh, that's my friend Alyssa, because her pictures are always in that kind of filter. And you can use, like, I love Rona's filters. They're awesome. I didn't know that Rona even had filters. And then you could have different pictures of all different colors and then go into Rona and put a filter over it, and they'll all be the same color. So if you're joining pictures together, Rona's a really, really good app for that. But spend time making your pictures, especially when you're doing a challenge group or a coach inviting post. That's really, really important. And I know it takes a little bit of time to learn how to do that, but it's worth it because people then stop and read it. The other thing is sometimes you guys do see just like the plain posts that we do with no pictures. And those always go well too if you just use like the emoticons. Like, you know, I'm looking for 10 to 15 people that, you know, want to lose whatever, 10 to 15 pounds. I'm looking for 10 women that want to lose 10 to 15 pounds. And if you just use the little emoticons that are on your phone with that kind of easy post, those seem to work really well too. So those are always ideas that you can use, and those are pretty easy to boost as well. But the number one takeaway from all of that is to, if you don't have a lot of people on your page, boost your page for likes first. So you have a lot of people that like your page. So then it would get seen in more feeds. Oh, the other thing too is here's something that I just started to do. So for my Golden Egg Opportunity post, I boosted it for $100 and I put it over 3 days. But I didn't spend that much money. I just boosted it with more money so that more people would see it right away. And then I only had it running for like 2 days and then I shut it down. So I'll do that a lot too on my challenge group posts. I'll like boost it for like, I'll just put in like $300 and I say $300 over 5 days. Because I put so much money in, Facebook will show it to all these people. And then after like 2 days, I shut it off because I have so many people that I'm already responding to via email. So that's why, I mean, I love my like page because that's where all of my new coaches from and all of my challengers come from. I pretty much boost like 2 of those posts, one for a challenge group, one for coaching, each a month. And then I just spend the rest of the week answering emails. So give that a try and see if that works too. You just have to make sure that you remember to shut the money off. Pause it. You can boost your post, like pause your post too. Okay. And then it'll just pause and you won't get charged any more money. All right. Next question. Okay. I have problems with people making that decision because of price. I think that price, a lot of times you're going to get price objections if, one, you didn't spend enough time to really dig into their why and what it is that they want. I personally like to get on the phone with people. If I can tell that the conversation is kind of not going in the direction that I want it to, I will then move it over to a phone, no doubt in my mind. Especially if I have somebody that keeps messaging me back and forth and just have a ton of questions and I can just see that it's just not, they're just not really buying into it, I'll get on the phone with them. So I always think phone is best. At any point, phone is best. And then I like the voice messenger on Facebook too. Voice messenger over text anytime. And you guys can use the same kind of script that's in Royal Republic with that as well. I have not done videos. I know there's some coaches that respond via video to explain, what their challenge groups are all about. But I think the more personal that you can get, the better. And then like I said, use the scripts in Royal Republic, the one that's Royal Republic script that breaks everything down. I think when you break it down for people and they understand really what it's going to cost, they think that they're getting a good deal because, really they are getting a good deal. But you also have to remember that this is a total numbers game. You have to be talking to a lot of people. You cannot bank on 5 eggs sitting in a basket and think that all 5 eggs of those eggs are going to hatch. So even if I get 100 emails, I might only have 5 or 6 people that join a challenge group. So remember that. It's literally numbers, which is why you have to be inviting and forming relationships every single day, a minimum of 5 daily. Really. And that's really what it comes down to. So then you're doing your follow-ups after that, but you're constantly inviting and forming relationships on the front end and not waiting on people to join. Because if I did that, I'd shoot myself in the foot every single month. So, and then realize that if somebody tells you no, what I normally do is I ask them like, okay, I understand, would you want me to contact you at a later time? Maybe next month would be a better month for you. And a lot of times they're like, yeah, whatever, I'll have more money next month or whatever it is. And then I'll put them in Asana or I'll put them on my contact list and I'll follow up with them the next month. I also will, if it's via email, I will just mark, I don't know if you guys know how to use Google like folders or Google tabs in Gmail. I will just highlight that like follow up June. And then I put that email into my follow up June folder. And then I know in June to follow up with all of those people that told me not right now. So that gives me my follow-ups for June too. All right. Does that help? Yeah? Okay. Tell me if I'm not helping you, please. Do I do it? Okay. Same as what app do I use to make videos, or do you use your phone or post something else? Pick, play, post, how often do you on Facebook ads? What site do you use to create your blog? Okay, so I've actually been using for my videos lately iMovie on my phone. iMovie on your phone, if you have an iPhone, is super easy to do. It's much easier than using iMovie on the computer. I think iMovie on the computer is nice, but your phone is that much easier. So you can actually, edit the videos. You can put music on top of it. You can also use text on top of it as well. If you want to do a split screen, then yeah, Pick, Play, Post is great. But with Pick, Play, Post, the time is limited. So I want to say it's like 15 seconds or maybe 30 seconds, but I think it's like 15 seconds. So if you wanted to do something more, then Pick, Play, Post is not going to be the option. So use iMovie on your phone. I was a little intimidated when I thought about using it because I thought it was going to be like the computer, and it's so much easier. So is that for iPhone only? I don't know, Julia. I'm an Apple girl, so I don't know, babe. Check your apps. Like go into your app store and check and see if you can get iMovie on whatever kind of phone you have. But yeah, iMovie on the phone is awesome. What's your other question? For my blog, I just use Blogger. I started my blog about 3, maybe 4 months into being a coach, and I just bought just my domain name. So my blog was free through Blogger. It's still free. I just bought a domain name through GoDaddy. It cost me like $7.99 for that. And then I went on Etsy and I got my template. And my template was like $35. So you can start a blog really, really cheap by going the Blogger route. And it's pretty easy to use. This team site, though, that I just made, I did it through Wix. And it's so easy. It's going to look, I mean, there's so many different options and layouts that you can do as well. And it's literally like a point, like a drag and a click. So you can just like add in a picture. It says add in a video, and like a video screen will pop up and you can just put the URL in there. It's really, really easy to do as well. I know that with Blogger, though, it's connected with Google. So you're going to have a higher edge rank already because of the fact that it's connected with Google. So I don't know for sure what Wix is connected to, but that's why I feel like my blog gets seen besides pinning my stuff, because it's with Google. They're both at the same company. So I think there was a question that came across while I run this area. Yeah. What question? How much did I end up getting charged when I put a $300 ad 2 days later? Not that much, because I pause it. So, I mean, I might have it at like $40. And I always pause it, like depending, like, so I always put it over like a 5-day period. And then normally like the first day I start getting a lot of people like that would start responding. And then by the second day, I pause it because I can't keep up with the emails. So, but that's something that I just started doing like maybe 3 weeks ago. And I noticed that I have a lot more people that engage with my post a lot faster than when I put less money down. So I'm just kind of trick the system, I guess. Maybe they'll catch on to me. All right. I hear my husband. I find it odd to friends of friends that I don't know at all, especially if they're friends of acquaintances. I have sent a tons of friend requests, but they hardly have any accept. Thoughts on that? So when I send somebody a friend request that I don't know, a lot of times some people will reply, but I do it if I notice that like we're friends of multiple people, or if Facebook has suggested that I friend request this person, then I will, send them a friend request. And a lot of times I'll just say like, hey girl, like, how are you? I noticed that we had multiple friends that are in common. I really noticed that you're into fitness and nutrition. I am too. So I just, thought we'd have a lot in common and just wanted to send you a friend request and say hello. And that's all that I do. That's all that I say. When they get my request and they see my message, a lot of times I have people that accept my friend request. Do you know also that you can undo your friend request as well? So do you guys know how to do that so you don't have too many friend requests open at one time? You guys know how to do that? No. All right. Let me share the screen here. I'm going to show you guys how to do this quick. All right, so go to your page and then go to friends and then go to friend requests. And yes, I have a lot of friend requests, but they're all Beachbody coaches, so don't be so excited. All right, so then here it says view friend requests. So I can look here and see, like, I actually have to probably delete some of these because I think these were people that were going to get into my challenge groups and didn't. So I'll just cancel the request. So then I don't get in trouble from Facebook either. And see that? So I don't like to have a lot of open friend requests. Man, I didn't even realize that these people didn't accept my request. These were people that wanted to get into the sneak peek. Okay. So that's how you do that. And I typically will just do what Facebook recommends, like friends of friends that I see that pop up what Facebook recommends as far as recommendations go, and then send them a message. So I just realized that, you know what, you have to get uncomfortable if you're going to grow a business. If you want to have like-minded individuals on your team, then you have to reach out and you have to make friends. And a lot of times it's just simple conversations back and forth between people. And then once they've accepted my friend request, and we've got our messages going back and forth, then I will add them into my list on Facebook. That's my coach prospect list. So that I daily will go down that coach prospect list and I will make sure that I'm adding value into those people's lives. So you guys use Facebook lists? Yes. So that's how I do that, just to be able to keep track of people there. Alrighty. Alrighty, getting coaches. Wait, is that the next one? I have customers. I came into this with a built-in customer base and following. I can't get coaches. So one of the things is, like, you have to ask yourself, like, are you talking about coaching? That's one thing that I realized that when I really was trying to recruit business building coaches was I actually talking about coaching? Was I talking about the freedom? Was I talking about what I was going to do? Was I talking about our team? Was I talking about just some of the extra income that I was able to afford? All of the different things that you can shout out about coaching, whether it's your teammates that are doing a good job. But it's really important to make sure that you're mixing up your coaching posts as well as your challenge group posts. So that's the first place that I would look at your media, and know that what you put out there is what you're going to get back. Okay, so if you want to find people that have a strong why and for whatever reason are not happy with where they're at the moment and want to grow a big business. And so you have to put that out there. Like, I'm looking for goal getters. I'm looking for people with drive. I'm looking for people with vision. I'm working with people that want to leave the 9 to 5. Like, whatever your niche is, that's exactly who you need to be speaking to on your coaching posts. And make sure that when you're doing that, you have those specifics, somebody that's not afraid to work hard, somebody that's into personal development. And then you can even throw something in there like, even likes to drink Cabernet. I mean, whatever, to kind of make it like a little bit funny. But you have to put out there exactly what it is that you're looking for, because when you put out there exactly those specifics, that's exactly who you're going to get back. And I actually just did something with Jeremy Red, an assignment like this, because I am looking for, not necessarily, I shouldn't say this because I like to work with nurses, but I'm also looking for nurses that are sick of working their long, tiresome jobs. I'm looking for people that want to create a business. I'm looking for people that maybe you're that mom that wants to stay home with their kids. And so my posts during the day have to be about me being home with my kids, have to be about the freedom of not having an alarm clock anymore. Those are the kind of posts that I have to do leading up to whenever I do a challenge group post, right? And I need to be speaking to that specific person. So for myself, I never went on vacations before I was a Beachbody coach. And so I'll talk about the vacations that I've been able to go on now. Any of the things that you can really think about with coaching benefits, those are the things you really need to be talking about on social media to other people, so that as they see them over and over and over again, and they're gonna be like, wow, this is pretty neat. I am really sick of my job, or I do really want to be home with my kids. And can this really allow me that? And it can, of course it can. But those are the things that you really need to be talking about in your posts over and over and over again to that particular market. And I found that I was kind of hung up on talking to people that are in healthcare that love to care for people, because let's face it, I love those kind of people, but are they the people that are really gonna do the vital behaviors and do what they have to do when the going gets tough to build a business? Sometimes no, because you already have a really, really good job. Nurses went to school for a long time, and most nurses really enjoy their profession. So, sometimes I was attracting people that would never leave, and they didn't really do much with their business because of that fact. So I had to change my posts around. So try that. Try changing your posts around and really directing it to the person that you really want to work with and the person that you're going to be able to speak to. Once you start doing that, you should be able to get working coaches. It all has to be in your message. The other thing too, you guys, and I don't know if you guys know this, but you guys should really, if you're not already, using the fact that you guys are a part of a top 10 team, because that's pretty incredible, because you guys are the top 10 team, let's face it. And I use that all the time. When I was a newer coach, I was on Melanie's team. She was number 2 in the network. I use that all the time because we made up her team. And the training that Melanie gave me was the same training I was going to give my coaches. Just like you guys, the same training that you guys receive are the same training that you guys are going to give your coaches. So use that. People want to see success. People are going to want to know that you guys have training programs available. I get probably 25 plus messages a day from coaches that are not on our team that get no training whatsoever. And so people are scared to join a business because they think that they just have to do it all by themselves. So if you really talk about the community, you talk about the success that we have on our team, you talk about the training, whether it's the, the team site, the group site, the one-on-one training, those kind of things, the fact that you have all the tips and the scripts and the challenge group guides to help people, include that in your posts and let people know that. I think that'll give you a bigger success rate with coaching as well. Okay? Use and abuse that, seriously. All right, next. I want to get to Emerald status, but at some point those coaches weren't re-signed, aren't active, and we get more coaches under them who are active, and even Emerald, would that affect our rank advancement? So it doesn't matter if you have, no, I'm not. Why? Because I'm talking to my friends. Okay, so it doesn't matter for Emerald. You just have to have 2 coaches on either leg that are both 50 PV. It doesn't matter if you sign up 5 coaches on each leg and they all go inactive, as long as the 5th one and the 6th one down here both have the 50 on either leg. You'll still remain an Emerald coach. And, here's the thing, like, you got to be building your business. You got to be recruiting coaches and always adding new coaches into your team because you don't know what's going to happen. I've lost diamond coaches. I've had diamonds lost rank. I've had people quit. And most of the time it's just because life happens, But if you're in this to grow a big business, then you have to put this in front of as many people as possible. And some will say yes and some will say no. And that's just what you have to realize, and you just kind of got to get over it, because there's a lot of people out there that are going to say yes. And those are the people that are going to run, and those are the people that you can work with and help create a business with. You can't drag people along in the business. You can't rely on somebody and what their rank is. You just have to put it in front of as many people as possible and be sharing on social media what coaching has done for you. It's unfortunate because all of you guys are on this call, so obviously you guys are dedicated individuals. You guys are here to learn, and I'm sure you guys have already had coaches that have lost rank, and it's nothing personal. Things happen. Life happens, and that's just the way that it is. But if you want to grow a big business, you got to kind of take the personal aspect out of it and just try to put this in front of as many people as you can, and then train those people and give them as much love and boost them up and help them succeed. And that's what you do over and over and over again. Okay? When you started, how many hours did I put in a day to get started? Oh, guys. Well, I can tell you I had no life. I had 3 kids. I was in school for my master's, and I was working as a nurse. But I didn't let that use it as an excuse. I didn't watch TV. I gave up on a lot of going out with my friends. I was dedicated, and I knew that I wanted to grow a business. I had a really strong why. I wanted to be home with my kids. And so even though I was not making a lot of money for a long time, I knew that I could do this. I just didn't know how. But I had the why. And that's where your why becomes so important, is having that why. Because today, I could have, I was out gardening, and I could have done other things that I wanted to today. Even though I don't typically work on Sundays, I went and I did my team training site, and I got that done because that's part of my why, is helping you guys succeed. So a lot of times you're going to do things that you don't want to have to do. You're going to work with times that you're not going to want to work. But you're going to do it because you know that it's going to pay off in the long run. It's kind of like doing the coach opportunity post that I did last week for the golden egg. Like, I knew that I didn't want to do that. I knew it would cause business, but at the same time, I knew it was going to cause me that much more work. And so a lot of the things in your business, they're not going to be easy. That you have to get uncomfortable and you have to sacrifice. But I can tell you the sacrifice is completely worth it. To be sitting here 28 months in the business and have complete freedom, I would do it all over again. So if you just think of that, you are going to do what nobody will do for a very short amount of time so that you can enjoy your rest of your life doing whatever you want to do, it's totally worth it. So that's kind of the mentality that you have to have. If you want to grow a big business fast, okay? You can still go the slow route, that's fine, but I grew a big business fast, so that's all that I can really speak to. Is there another question there? No. When will Beachbody be going international? I don't know. I wish that I did, but I know that it will. I know that Beachbody will be going international for sure, which is really cool because think about if you could, be able to travel and live anywhere in the world because of that reasoning. So Beachbody will be international. The first step was obviously Canada. I know I'm thinking the next area will be over in Europe. So which leg do I put coaches on? What order? That all depends, Julia, on what leg is your strong leg and which leg is your weak leg. If you look at your volume, that'll tell you which leg is your strong and which leg is your weak. Your strong is obviously the higher volume leg. So, and it depends on what coach it is. If it's your husband, you want them to go in a particular area. If they're a business builder, then you obviously want them on your weak leg, and you want to have your, your discount coaches on your stronger leg. How many times do you follow up if somebody doesn't respond? I typically respond twice. I follow up twice before the challenge group starts. The first one, and I actually put this so you guys can look at it. It is in the training site too, but I just typically, just say, hey, how are you? I'm like, we talked a couple days ago about joining your challenge group. I know you really, really wanted to do this. Just following up and see, because life always gets in the way. If you had any other questions, blah, 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 blah. And then normally, right before the group is going to open, if they still haven't messaged me back, I'll just message them back and say, hey, I know that we started our conversation. And then I would just say the group's going to be opening tomorrow. I just wanted to follow up with you and see if you still wanted to join us. So I always do it like the day before the group opens because there's that urgency there. And so then I can use that as a reason why I'm following up. Honestly, a lot of times people are just busy and they don't get back to me. But if they aren't, I know that I just basically put a seed down and they'll join me when they're ready. And that's the way that you have to look at it. Like, you just have to look, and I was talking to some coaches that are going Emerald this week, but you just have to look at it like coffee, guys. Like, you're a waitress and you're offering people coffee. They either take the coffee or they don't take the coffee. If the waitress offers you coffee and you say no, she's not upset that you said no. She goes on to the next table and she offers the next table coffee because that's what you do. And a lot of people, if they're overweight, if they're self-confident, even somebody that needs to lose 10 pounds, sometimes they're not going to reach out to you on your post and say, you know what, I feel like crap, I'm overweight, because they've been hiding it. A lot of times they'll hide themselves in the pictures on Facebook and they'll just put pictures of their kids. And so it's our job to tell people what it is that we're doing. And that's what I do when I invite. I just tell them that, look, I'm running these groups. Are you interested? If you're not interested, okay, they're not interested. I go on to the next person, because I feel like I have to share with others what it is that I'm doing. Because most people are not just going to reach out to me and say, yeah, I'm overweight and I'm not happy and I'm very unhappy. So I offer it. And you know what? When I offer it, people will go like, you know what? I've not been feeling really good about myself. And that's when your stories are going to start to come out. So think about that when you're doing your invites, that you are offering it because you want to help them. Obviously, that's why we invite people. But I know a lot of people get really scared to invite. And I think that if you look at it in a different light and know that, you're doing it because you want to help them, you're doing it because you want to share the information with them. And if they say no, they're not ready, that's fine. But just move on to the next person and invite the next person. and just have a psychology of somebody that's overweight and wants to lose weight. They're not going to be the first people that come out to you on your challenge group post and say, help me, help me, help me, and let the whole world see that they want to lose weight. So you have to ask people. You can only really rely on your, attraction media and your posts so much. So it's really our job to share with other people what it is that we're doing. Just like if you were running a benefit of any kind, just like if anything that you were doing that was really spectacular, you got to invite people. Do I have another question on here before I go to these? Because I don't want to go back and forth here. Okay. All right. I'll go to these quick, and then I'll just take a couple more questions for you guys. I don't know, Jen. I'm sorry. I don't know which country I'm putting it into. I want to make sure I'm putting enough energy into the business. That all depends on you. And I always say, like, run your own race. How fast do you want to have a 6-figure business? If you want to have a 6-figure business, then you need to be inviting like 10 people a day. And you need to make sure that Success Club 10 is non-negotiable every single month in your business. That was the only benchmark that I hit every single month in my business to create a 6-figure business in a year. I didn't have any other coach recruitment. I didn't have rank advancement. I didn't have, coaches hitting Success Club. I didn't have any of that. It was strictly Success Club 10 every single month is what my goal was. And sometimes I just got 10. And sometimes I just got 10 by like 11:59 at night. But that was my goal, and that's what my coach told me when I told her that I needed this because I wanted to leave my job and become with my kids. So however much time it takes you to, get those 10 people a month, then that's how much time it's going to take you. If you are inviting every single day, then you will be successful. It's numbers. It's how many people are you putting this in front of, point blank. All right, next question. How many times do you follow up after somebody says they're interested but then never responds? So you put them on your list for next month. How many months do you check back with them? I just check back with them the next month, Muriel, and just let them know what groups I'm running the next month and see if they're interested then. And if they're not interested then I'll just put them on my follow-up list for the next month. So I don't really overcomplicate it when it comes to follow-ups. People that I'm talking to, I just kind of wait a couple of days and then I follow up again. And then right before the challenge group starts, I follow up for the 3rd time. And then I just move them on to the next month. Yes. So Jennifer was just kind of saying that she watched Beachbody coaches on social media for over a year. So people are going to sit back and they're going to watch you. This is why you have to be very consistent in your posts. Shouting out as much about coaching as you can in a really, kind of non-salesy way, obviously, but anything that you can really shout out of what it's done for you, whether it's, helped you stay accountable to your health and fitness goals, being around a community of like-minded individuals, the friendships that you've met, being able to afford your organic groceries, being able to get your Shakeology for free. Those are all easy wins and things that all of you guys should be talking about on social media if you're not already. Am I talking 10 people a month to join as a coach or simply be buying Beachbody products? Oh, girl, no, I'm talking about 10 people a day. If you want to grow a 6-figure business, you need to be inviting 10 people a day to either coaching or challenge groups. I pretty much recruit for coaching. That's what most of my stuff is about. You'll see I probably do one big challenge group push post a month, but everything else is around coaching because my coaches are going to be my challengers. I always have my coaches go into my challenge groups. So those are my challengers. And I know from running the business for a while that I want to work with coaches. So, and I still get to work with coaches that are now my challengers. So I pretty much recruit for coaching because I know that that's where the financial gains are, is by working and mentoring coaches. So you can have just challengers and you can have the residual income, coming in from the challenge pack sales every single month. But that means you're gonna have to be selling a lot of challenge pack sales every single month. You're not gonna have residual income where, if I go to, like, I'm going to Paris in a week or 10 days, because I've built up my team, that's where I have residual income in. if I was just relying on challenge pack sales every single month, I would really have to be busting tail to get more challenge pack sales before I left. So your income is going to come from your coaches and you working with your coaches and you helping your coaches succeed just like your challengers. And I don't care if you just signed up as a coach yesterday, it is never too early to start recruiting for coaches, because that really to me is the huge opportunity in this business. You not only stay, accountable to your own fitness goals and you can be in any challenge groups as you want, but that is where the income comes in and the community, which I think is probably the most important and special thing about this whole journey, is just the community that we've developed and the friendships. And that's what I just think that's really, really important. And I think our challengers don't see that. They get to see the coaches that are in their challenge group, but they don't get to be a part of the bigger picture and what Beachbody is really, really all about. And that sense of community there. So it's kind of my take on that. All right. Any other questions you guys have? That was a lot of random questions. That was kind of good. I'm glad I asked to do this call, because it would have taken me a couple months to be able to formulate different calls also associated around those areas. Does that help you guys? Yeah. Here's another thing too that I did, just so you guys know. Just yesterday, I put my pictures in albums. I'm sure you guys probably saw all the albums probably go across your page late last night. But I did that because if somebody comes and starts looking at my pages, I want them to kind of see what it is that I'm all about. But I just had a lot of different albums there. And so, uploaded pictures of Easter because I'm a Catholic and I'm Christian. And so I put those in there, and I put pictures of my son having his first Holy Communion, because that says a lot about, who I am and the kind of person that I want to attract into my business. I also put information about Super Saturday and Superstar Day and just the Success Club trip. So, if people are like, wow, that's pretty awesome, all the different trips and stuff that you get to go on. So any kind of albums that you can take, any kind of freedom that you've had because of Beachbody, any pictures of you and your coaches, or any kind of special activities that you guys do together. Haley, your boot camp pictures, I would put those into some kind of folder on Facebook. So people come to your page and know that, you're also do Group X instructing as well. So anything like that. You also can do a transformation folder. So, pictures of your transformations, those can go in there as well, so that people can come and you can add value to your coaching. So you guys know a lot of people just kind of scope out people's pages, and there's a lot of creepers. So let them creep at something good. That's the way I look at it. I know they're looking. I mean, it's a line enough. See, and I got all these people right now. Somebody's checking out my Super Saturday video. Anyways, so I hope you guys have a good night. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, and I'll try to make up a video this week. Go hard, team. Seriously, reach your goals this week. I know you guys can do it. If you need a power call with me, let me know. It's worth it. Do it. Do what you have to do. Sucks sometimes. It's not sexy, but just do what you have to do. Get uncomfortable to live a life that you could only seriously imagine. It's worth it. Worth it. And uncomfortable is where you grow. So do it. We got your back. Even if you have to say, give me your hand, I'll help you out.
Thank you.
All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. Rock this week out, guys. Woo!
Thanks. See ya.
Bye, loves.